Chapter 2, A Wish That Travelled 1,000 Miles. He began to type the SMS. Puneet, I want to shake hands with Sachin Tendulkar. Out of hundreds and thousands of wishes that were sent, only 5 would be selected and fulfilled. In another part of the city, Vikrant prayed.
Please God, let me participate in the marathon. This is what I have been waiting for the whole year. Please, dear God, grant me my only wish.
Injured in a car crash a year ago, Vikram's lower body was paralyzed and he could only move around in a wheelchair. But he did not lose courage. His PT teacher, Mahesh sir, knew that Vikrant was a good runner and decided that Vikrant should participate in the New Delhi Special Half Marathon sponsored by a telephone company. Vikrant started his practice using a wheelchair that Mahesh had borrowed. Unknown to Vikrant, Mahesh had placed an order with Iqbal for a wheelchair. Mahesh had sent Iqbal a letter, which he had read over and over again. It said,
You were my student 10 years ago. You had come from a small town with big dreams. It is hard work that has enabled you to fulfill your dreams. Today, another of my students is building his dream to ride a wheelchair in a marathon. I have been working with him for the last many months and he is gaining in confidence. I want you to make a machine which follows the international standards laid down by the Olympiad for the physically disabled in 1976. After wheelchair racing was included as one of the events. I know this is a specialized and a costly job, and I am sending some advance payment. The mother is waiting to get insurance money for the accident to make full payment.
However, the order was cancelled as Vikrant's mother has failed to get the full insurance money. Nevertheless, Iqbal made up his mind to build a gleaming new racing wheelchair. He picked up the phone and spoke to his teacher.
The flying machine is ready for the champion you have trained. My labor of love is free.
The result of the Make-A-Wish contest was announced. Puneet was not one of the 5 winners. A disappointed Puneet gave his name as a student volunteer for the Delhi Half Marathon. His task was to spread the word about the wheelchair marathon. When he heard the story of Vikrant and his coach Mahesh, Puneet decided to put up their story on a special website with a web link for all the schools. The story travelled thousands of miles and hundreds of responses started pouring in. People wanted to pay for the wheelchair and help Vikrant and his mother in many different ways. In school, Puneet became a hero. It was his effort that had brought about a change in Vikrant's life. On the day of the wheelchair race, people waved flags and cheered wildly for Vikrant and his flying machine. Vikrant was only thinking of his coach's advice as he waited at the starting point.
Keep calm. Do not ever let your attention waver. Keep your eye on the finishing line.
The race began. Vikrant knew his goal was far away. Suddenly he felt a presence and then a voice. It was his father.
Go on, son. Go. You are a survivor. You are a winner.
Holding the wheels firmly in his hands and using the last ounce of strength in his body, Vikrant zipped past the finishing line. He had set a new record. The chief guest, Sachin Tendulkar, talked about the importance of sports for overcoming all types of handicap in life. He wanted to thank the enterprising schoolboy who had put Vikrant's story on the website. The boy was right there. If Sachin did not mind, they could ask the boy to meet him. As everyone watched, Puneet came on stage. He ran forward and stretched out his hand. Puneet was proud to have played a role in Vikrant's achievement, like a wish they had shared across 1,000 miles. By Surupa Mukherjee, adapted. Marathon, a long-distance race run on roads. Paralyzed, partly or wholly incapable of movement, disabled. Special half marathon refers to a half marathon race for competitors who are physically challenged. Special games are games organized for the differently abled. Sponsored provided funds to support an organization or an activity. Enabled, made it possible to do something. Insurance money, monetary compensation paid by a company because of illness, accident, death, etc. Volunteer, a person who does some work, especially helping others without expecting payment or returns of any kind. Waver, to temporarily lose power, determination, concentration, purpose, etc. Zipped, moved very fast. Handicap, a physical disability due to the permanent damage of a body part, something that makes it difficult to do something. Enterprising, good at thinking of and doing new and difficult things.